Chemtai Kiri. If you're seeing me for the first time in this program, you're late to the game. This is the third episode where I always get joined by 4 young guys. We have Benjamin, who is sitting next to me, and then Maureen, Ezra, and Sheila at the farthest end. These are the young people who are here to speak about the life of the youth, right? If we were writing a story, ingeanza the diary of a young man and woman, right? But of course, the story starts with what you're doing right now in campus in terms of the courses you're taking. I don't know if it's still the same where government will ask you to apply for universities when you're still in high school and then they decide the courses you're taking, or you are given an opportunity to choose the courses you're taking.
For us, we were given the opportunities there in high school. That was before we did our KCSE exam, at least that we could go through the courses that are available in the Kenyan maybe universities, and the courses that they were going maybe with our results, how somebody you are performing, you could see the course that you could take and at least you are comfortable with. And that's the place where when you submit those choices, the COOPs will place us in the different universities that some of us are here now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think our Kenyan education way, that is, they give us opportunities on how to choose the courses we are doing and the abilities that we have.
Okay.
And more so, we do things that we like. Like currently, I'm doing mass communication and journalism, and I was placed in my university by the COOPs and maybe as a government student. Yeah, it is a private university.
Okay,
Yeah, sure.
that's interesting. What about you, Maureen?
I can say nowadays things are a bit different from earlier in the previous years, whereby you could see people are being told you have to go to this institution and pursue this course. But currently people are given opportunities. Actually, apart from the high school chances that you're being given to revise those courses before you join the university, there's also the revision. There is first revision, there's also second revision, and this is to enable you to get a course that you love, because at times, okay, there are challenges also in the COOPs whereby they can place a student in a certain course and the student does not want to go to pursue that course. So challenges are there. We can't say they are not there. They are there, but I can say it has been made in a way that you can still choose something that you love. Whereby tuseme ulikuwa umeitwa for the education course and you want to change to nursing, or from nursing you want to change to law, you can still do that accordingly, but you have to make sure that you're also swift in changing, because inafikanga wakati also they close those there is deadline for everything, and they have to make sure that each and everything is running well. Challenges are there, yes, but I can say it is easier now.
Okay.
Yeah.
The same with you?
Yeah, I think it's almost the same thing. Yeah, but for me, I wanted to pursue law. I'm not doing something that I wanted in the first place. It's just that my results did not qualify me, because I think the education system in Kenya is a bit overrated in such a way they place the donkeys are running the same race as fish, which is the same race. Elephants are also running in the same race. So whatever result you get is the result you'll get after Form 4 is what will determine what you will do. And then it hits you in campus that, so what I'm doing is that I'll be doing for life. Sometimes it hits me hard. I have friends even in my own class. I'm taking English literature. I have a friend who's taking English, and even for him speaking English ni ngumu. Yeah, sometimes he asks me, so naenda kufunza watoto English, naenda kuwafunza nini, Yeah, so I think in the first place, it's just the same thing, the COOP staffs and everything. For me, it was a bit a tiresome journey. Actually, I remember I became depressed during that time. It's something that I must talk about it, because it was hefty at that time. I had really placed in my heart, my mind, my soul and everything, I must take law, because I wanted to be a lawyer and later on join politics or something. But it distorted everything in the first place. Yeah, right now, even my mind is not in politics or something, but I think it was also a plan of God, maybe making me identify something that I'm called to do, because what I'm passionate about, I realize. So it's much more on teaching people or mentoring people and making people, so it's just I think it's just understanding myself right now, that this is what I'm supposed to do and this is what I'm going to do. It's good that even if you take a particular course that you don't want, in that period of 4 years, by the time you are done with 4 years, I think wewe inakuhit itabidi uifanye, because this is Kenya.
I hear you, Sheila.
I can say that in as much as the government also gives us the opportunity to choose for ourselves, there's also like, if you're chosen to a certain university, like maybe if you're in Presbyterian University, at least also the school is giving you a chance whereby you can change from this faculty to the other faculty. And also there is whereby maybe you're in that university and you're not comfortable with the university, you can do an inter-university transfer also. Because I've got friends who have been in my university but currently they're in St. Paul's University. So I think the government, they're doing something great, and they should continue doing the same thing. And for me, if you can say that if I'm passionate about the thing that I'm doing right now, at first I was like, Dad, mimi siendi kufanya hii, because I was not chosen to this course. At first, I was called to Pwani University to take bachelor arts on education and something to do with children's rights and protecting them. But what I'm doing right now is so different, Bachelor of Arts in Education, but I'm happy with it. Okay, I'm not yet like, I'll do it because that is what I've in my tables right now, but we're hoping and believing that come time we shall maybe do and go to what we love most, but what we have to do is just accept where we are right now, and
That's interesting actually, because I said that when I'm sitting in this couch, mine is to hear your ideas and your experiences, right? But from what I'm hearing from you is there are people who would wish to have taken other courses, right? So as a big sis, I'm going to tell you it's possible, especially with our degree, and if you're getting it from Kenya, right? You experience that, you're given a unique moment where you get to do something that probably you didn't even think through, and you're going to get something from it, experience from it. Probably you grow to love, probably after what you're getting that purpose, and if you're thinking of progressing to other things, it's too possible, right? But there's something different about Kenyan syllabus, and let me give an example of UK, because I know someone who studied in UK, right? This is almost the same thing that now the younger kids, year 4, I think, and going below, they're changing the syllabus, right? Where you said something about noticing the what is it? Interest that you have on something and try to nurture it as you're growing, right? Do you think we with the syllabus that we have right now, we had a moment where you get to experience your talent, like probably, yes, I want to be a journalist, but I'm also a singer, and I'm given an opportunity to go and practice that on the side. Do we have that?
I can say that the 844 system was not there to give us an opportunity to express what we used to do. Maybe I can say I was not a science person, so I can say that maybe it was helping those people who are so passionate about science. Maybe going to those conferences, the science fair, exploiting what there is in their minds. But the current system of education, the CBC, I feel that the government have done a great job, because at least the youths of today, or the youths to come in future, they can be able to do what they love, do what they want. But for us, I feel that it's just after school is when you can do what you're passionate and what you love, but not in school. The school is not a place to give you what you need. It's to give you the syllabus way, whereby the government have decided, whereby the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development have said that this is your field, you need to read there, not you personally, or exploit your talent, no.
Maureen?
I can say whatever she says is true, because you find that in our system, most of us, by the unaweza mtu ako form 4 in the 844 system, what is your talent? Na mtu atakuona akwambie, I think I'm a footballer, I'm a singer. It's because they don't know where they are supposed to be, and the system was not appreciating their talents, because you can find that me as I'm a singer, but lazima niende class, lazima nisome chemistry, ni mix chemicals and all that. But at the end of the day, what I'm loving is not appreciated. But the current system that is starting from those who are back there, I think it's of good thing, because utapata kuna ule mtoto mwenye angeenda class, unapata anakuwa namba ya mwisho kutoka first term, second term to that term, hata kwa anaelewa kitu. And some of them were dropping out of schools not because they wanted to, but it's because these things hawashiki, hawaelewi. But you see, if now like utamleta mtu kama mtu ni mklima ama mtu ni anaweza chora, mtu anaweza kimbia, you see, like it's appreciating them, and at the end of the day they would do great things.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Ezra.
Yeah, I think 844 system was, just because they've said it, it was somehow on the talent or the gifts issue, it was difficult, because even if you like singing, maybe you decide to go for the music festival, your class teacher will not be well with you going to for the music festival and you're failing in class. They will, of course, you'll go for the music festival in peace, you want to perform in peace, and then come back. You know, even if you're the best basketball player in school, you're the best footballer in school, you won't be appreciated as the best girl or the best boy in class. Yeah, so I think it's difficult. But also, as much as you blame the 844 system, I think some of us are to blame, because that the last part of the four, when you're in campus, there's a lot of time in campus. There are a lot of opportunities in campus. You find a guy, I'll use an example that I know, which is cool, and it's good they are here. Both of them are taking mass communication. The last semester that you're in here, I think parents should not have paid fees for these guys, because literally from Monday to Friday, the number of times these guys used to go to class, you wonder. Because they have only 3 classes a week. Yeah, then you wonder, what is it time ingine yote wanafanya nini? So as much as you blame the 844 system, I think some of us are to be blamed. As like for me, I know I have to go to class on Monday. I don't have a class on Tuesday. I don't have a class on Thursday. So on Tuesday I focus on these other things. Like I like writing. I write anything. Give me a topic, I'll write. Give me a topic, I'll talk about it without preparation. Wake me up in the middle of the night, I'll talk about some things that I love talking about, like relationships, all these other things. So I'm perfecting it on Tuesday and on Thursday.
Relationship will have a whole topic. I think you'll take us through that.
Yeah, so on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm mastering my art in campus, because I know after 4 years, there's some places I'll go as a teacher, and there's some places I won't go as a teacher. I'll be introduced as someone else, and there's some places also I cannot be introduced as that any other person. I'll be introduced as a teacher. So I think the last part of it, the 4 years in campus, that is the moment. Even if you finish campus without discovering like you have something that is hidden in you that you are supposed to do, then I think you become a useless fella in this country.
Agreeing on that, the system is always right. And 844 was our system. Most of us went through that. And CBC also is the system that is coming up. And we have been talking about maybe these talents. And one thing that maybe we always say in life, that you can call yourself a failure by failing to nurture the talents that you have. And at the end of it, you'll realize that you had certain talent and you never nurtured it. So it was wasted. I can say shortly that always the system, whatever the system you undergo, sometimes it's all about us to be outstanding people.
Okay.
The time that you have to realize that I'm able to do this and that, then that's the position you have in life to conquer it and stand for it. Maybe I cannot say, I cannot maybe recall everything or say everything that my friends have talked about, but let's also not sometimes to siangalia system, because in 844 we have people who have gone far with their talents. In this 844 we have people, maybe they are now having their things, or they have grown up, they are maybe feeding their families and maybe doing things with these kind of talents. So I can say that it's all about ourselves. The moment we realize that we have to do 1, 2, 3 about our lives in this kind of talent, then you have to be outstanding. Number 2, the people around us. Like for example, sijaijua talent yangu. I've never known seriously, because the time I finished I had challenges, by the way. In maybe my studies in high school, and the main priority that I was doing is at least struggle to achieve that grade that I was maybe I wanted. But majorly what I could say is that no place I've gone that I'm feeling and I could not stand out to be a leader. I've always stood up and I always feel that I could lead. nikiingia kwa group fulani I always find out that I'm the person maybe giving shots or maybe calling shots on what to do and what not to do, and that's what I was doing in high school mostly because the leadership was outstanding. And this part of maybe games, I can say actually my brother can attest. I have never stood in a field. Hata kulikuwa na ile tulikuwa inaitwanga UEFA, ile mpira ilikuwa inatengenezwanga pale. I could hardly go there.
Yeah.
So I cannot say that I wasted my talent, that I could not know that I could play or do what, but sikukuwa na ile feeling. And that's really up to now. I've never had that feeling of that I can play. And maybe I was wasted somewhere because while I was struggling to maintain my studies or to get that good grade, that's the point. Maybe I wasted a lot of opportunities, and they said that the opportunities wasted cannot be recovered. That today we have one opportunity, tomorrow we have two opportunities, yesterday we don't have. Those are the zeros within those things. So I can say that yesterday I had no that opportunity, but now the system that I am, I can't blame that. I'm in the university, I have assignments, I have the maybe duties to do, but I have this opportunity today to know what I can do. So it's not too late for anyone who is outside there that maybe ali waste time yake au kusikizwa na mtu around yeye, but we still have that opportunity today, and tomorrow we have two opportunities. When I wake up tomorrow and think that I cannot go to class as a journalist and I can maybe stand out to be a footballer, is okay. And from there I'll stand out and continue and be the best person maybe I want to be.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you this question and anyone can just chip in. Of course, sababu Benjamin amemalizia, maybe you can come second also. I don't know kama mmesikia the conversation nowadays about school, it's kind of we are looking down upon it. Kisikia mtu ameenda shule, it's like yeah, right? Do you think education is valuable to you as a person? And for someone who is saying still lazima uende university, ama why are you wasting your time going to school? What would you say to them?
Yeah, I think, Chemu, there are some places, like I just said, there are some places he will go as a journalist. And there are also some places he won't go as a journalist. So when we talk about schooling and everything, I think it's good for us. It should not be looked down upon or something, because an educated society is an empowered society. Educated people are empowered people. Just go a gross example. Go to the village, bring a person who has never gone to school, and bring this other person who has a degree. Either if they have a job or they don't have a job, you can't compare them. The way they talk, the way they dress. Education is just it civilizes you. There's some change. There's a difference between a person who has gone to school and that one who has not gone to school. You know, they say that a fool will also remain a fool if not fully informed. So this part of us going, because the first step is we understanding that we need knowledge, and the only knowledge that we have is not on the streets. The streets can give us knowledge, but it's another kind of knowledge. There is a good knowledge that is found in books, and there's a good knowledge that is found in education system and in school. So I think if you can't compare a person who has gone to school, just sincerely speaking, and a person who has not gone to school, even though they're in the same state of life, you'll find people who are rich but their bank accounts are managed by other people who have gone to school. So I think school is good. It's actually the best. Nobody should cheat you or nobody should lie to you that don't school or something. You know, they even compare, they tell you see that millionaire, did they go to school? No, but they're millionaires. It's okay, but go and look at their life. They can't count money. Their accounts are being run by all their things, the developments and all the companies there. It's by educated people. This guy's just seated in the house and is being told some things. So I think education is still good and it's actually the best. Yeah.
Okay. I just want you to be free. Whoever has points.
Maybe
can...
as a maybe Sheila waits to say 1 to 3, I can add what Mr. Ezra said. Maybe we get everywhere we go, tunapata kufundishwa. We get the education. In fact, today as I've come here, I've learned. Nikitoka pale nimesoma. But there's a different kind of education. And vile umeuliza is that, is education the right thing to do? It is true, yeah. And we all agree. That's why today maybe we young people have a lot of challenges with our parents back at home. Be it the maybe parents who are learned and maybe the parents who are maybe have gone to school. We have two kinds of parents. Kuna wale wazazi ambayo miaka yao kidogo walifikisha masomo si mali tuko saizi. And there are these parents maybe ambao at least they were somewhere. And I agree that as the place that we are now in the university, our kind of knowledge and things that we have undergone of the kind 21st century is so different with our parents. Hii ndio maana masomo ni mzuri, because hiyo mambo yote ambayo tunayadiscuss kuhusu vijana, the challenges, is because of education. Today we have learned that maybe we are maybe civilized people, that maybe I can do this and that, but their parent are known as like, no, huyo mtoto nilitaka afanye education akue mwalimu. That kind of journalism, hapana, huyo atapata wapi kazi? That kind of thing is what maybe ndio maana tunapata, we young people tunapata challenges hapa nje. And for it, I agree and I encourage everyone, wherever you come from, the background you come from, try to find that knowledge. Hata kama wazazi wawezi kukufikisha, ama kuna wale wanafunzi they pass well, wanafikia kiwango cha kuingia chuo kikuu, but when they reach there, their backgrounds cannot allow them to sustain them in the university kulingana na fee ama pesa ambayo ya kuwaweka pale kwenye university. But I want to encourage them, kama mtafanya harambe, if you will go and look for money for bursaries etc, is better, because education is good. Education is an asset where nobody one day will tell you or will steal for you that thing. It will ever remain in your head and within yourself. Because tell me that today I start doing businesses and then I get a lot of assets around here and come up with somebody mwenye atakuja kunibia yoyote, I will remain with nothing. But if I have education, hata unibie my physical property, I still have that idea. We are fond of maybe the scientists who have created a lot of things, hizo vitu zinakuja zinakuwa destroyed, but he could still come up and formulate another thing so long as ako na brains.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 2, wale wazazi wenye wako nyumbani, we always teach them as we go higher that hii shamba eka 100 ambayo tuko nayo is not benefiting us by planting every year and harvesting during December, and that as we have gone there, tunakuja tunaambia we can have 10 acres of land and the remaining part we invest. The family has developed the advantage of education. We have at least improved our homes through the education we have. Now our parents maybe have got those things than wametufikisha kule, but it's now our time that we come down there and invest on those things. You can tell me maybe niju kwetu kuna mali, I sit down and wait for my parents to give me those things. Then with the same knowledge, I start continue doing what my parents were doing. No developments at all. Then number 2, in terms of kind of facts and the misfortunes that you have there in the society, especially kule chini, kuna hivi vitu ndogo ndogo ambao wazazi hufikiria ni mbaya, but it's more important. Especially we have been talking about taking courses. Saizi mzazi anafaa kujua ya kuwa when they discuss there kama kikundi cha wazee, ya kuwa education is the only cause in the community. You'll find out kuna wasichana 10 na vijana kadhaa pale, they have all been advised to take what? Education. How many institutions are there in the constituency that they want to come and teach all of them? Fewer. So these people wote watadrain knowledge yao wapi? And they have been told to go all of them to education. Saizi is a point that at least kama chemu unajua ya kuwa the other courses, kuna maybe courses fulani za apart from nursing, we have other courses ambayo ule kijana ule mwenye ako pale anaweza enda na kufanya na anakuja hata kuinvest on those resources nye ziko pale kwetu. Si ni kweli? How many in our communities, mimi naonanga we are very rich. And that's why the government always say that we have to invest on young people. Okay. Young people have brains and that the people watakuja kutusaidia after they have got those education. So let's go for these things, guys.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So for me, I believe that education is like the way to Nelson Mandela said that education is always the equalizer. The greatest equalizer on this earth is always the education. Na nikiangalia like kama kitambo, like my home was so much respected because my dad is a teacher. So I believe that there is something that was okay, like the barazas, there are those people actually back at home whereby they always call in the barazas. The barazas can't go on without them. Yeah. So I remember like in each and every barasa, like that those people were educated and they must be there kama hawako kikao wakiendelea, yeah, you know. So I believe that education is the best equalizer, and yeah, to the society right now, people may think that education, like there's no need for education, but I remember my dad told me that, Sheila, you said that you want to venture into politics, but look at those great people outside there, those great politicians, you always look unto them, they're still getting back to school and getting their degrees. Look at our His Excellency like Dr. Ruto, like he went back to school, get a PhD. Why? Because education is so important. Education is the best equalizer. Education is not there to be played with. Education is the best.
I hear you.
Oh, last but not least.
Maureen, we'll
Always
get to
the last
stories
person. Okay, I've been listening to each and every point of view, what they have said, and I can't disagree with them. It's very true, and education should not be looked down upon. And for those who have this thinking that education is like wastage of time, education is like a process that we must go, our parents can be like, sizi nika waste pesa zangu kumlipia huyu mtoto, because unaweza kuwa uko the same place, you are not improving or doing something that it can encourage them as parents. So hiyo ndo unapata kuna kwanga na hizi semi za kusema ati education is a wastage of time, it's like wasting money, and this mtu anasema huyu ni zuzu, like she or he cannot understand whatever they are being taught in school. No, it's not the way it's supposed to be, because I can say education can shape you, education can empower you, education can build you, and education can make you to reach places whereby you couldn't have reached if you don't have education. Because Chemunyu cannot tell me I'm from the village, mi nimeishi kulima miaka 10, kila morning naamuka naenda kwa shamba and I'm supposed to plant this or to do this and that in the shamba, then you expect me to come and be a motivational speaker or a public speaker and speak to people. Hata hao watu wataniangalia and they be like, he is not normal, he is not okay. But if this person is educated, even if yeye ni mkulima, by the way sijui mbona nasema mkulima, I'm not underrating the mkulima because these are very important people, but this person can be a mkulima but very educated. This person akiongea mbele ya watu, hata akienda kuambia watu we can use this kind of fertilizers but no this one, and this is important than this one, people will hear you out because there is something that is inside your mind and you can speak to them and it can help the society back.
I hear you. Kuna knowledge ambayo unapata shuleni makes you open your mind, like you said, unarudi nyumbani and you're seeing things in a totally different way, right? It's an equalizer, it opens doors for you. But of course we can't assume why we can't avoid to think that wale ambao wanafikiria shule si important kwa sababu of unemployment, right? So hizi ni vitu ambavyo tutakuja kuongelea baadaye and see, yes, I've studied to be a journalist, but does it mean now nikishapata pepa yangu lazima nikuwe journalist or nothing, right? There are no other skills ambayo nilipata shuleni that even if the government isn't able to employ me today, they can still go out there and do something else, right? So hizi ndio conversation ambayo going forward we're going to have it. Time is up. It's amazing how 30 minutes just fly tukiwa hapa. But sitaacha hivyo kwa sababu we are coming to the end of this episode. 30 seconds to each one of you. Probably there's something ambaye it's burning unataka kusema na sija touch on it. 30 seconds. Start with Maureen. Maureen anasema anakonga mwisho. So utakuwa kwanza leo. Yeah.
Okay. Being given this opportunity of 30 seconds, what I can tell all of us as the youth is like, don't sit down and wait like for things to happen. You have to be outgoing. Lazima ujitume for you to be successful, and you have to do something so as at the end of it all you get a result of what you are doing. So as youths, let's do something, let's be outgoing, acha tujitume na let's go out. Like venye tumekuwa tukisema, like it's not only about education, kuna vitu ambazo tunaweza fanya, our talents and all that. So let's be outgoing, let's go and explore these things that we have not seen yet. Yeah.
Feel free to jump in.
Yeah, this is a society whereby I want to tell all the youth, like, this is a place whereby you don't expect that your parents will always give you the go ahead. You are the reason to be there. Step it. Kanyaga ni wewe sasa. Anza maisha yako vizuri, like this is you. So the ball is on your hands. So roll the ball or just stay there. Yeah.
Amazing.
Just venture.
Yeah, for the young guys outside there, nataka kuambia kitu moja, that people are behind us every time, especially our parents and the people who maybe have seen something in us. Tafadhali, let's always be on our toes to maybe stand out and at least tuende kufanya kitu nafanya. People in the communities have been respected by the fact that they have maybe succeeded through education and maybe what they are doing by giving support to every person, or maybe wale ambao wanasikia kila kitu wanaambiwa and they are far. Tafadhali usikaa hapo chini nyumbani ukisema kwetu hatuna kitu. Kwetu watu wetu wamekuwa wakitajwa kama ni wale watu tu wakulima. We are able, and tomorrow we are going to stand out as people outside there have been respected through education, and they are far much ahead of others. Thank you.
Yeah, I think 30 seconds for me is for every young person out there. Believe in yourself, believe that you can do it, and believe and go for it. And as much as you study, remember to do something else, because it's not only studies that will help you. There is something that God created for you that is more than studies. There is something that God created and put in you that you're not doing right now, and you've not identified it right now. Heart surgeries have been done, heart transplants have been done, kidney transplants have been done, but the transplant of the brain has never been done by the doctors. Meaning what you have in the head is very important. So that dream that you have in the head, go for it. It is yours. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing, guys. You've said everything. I have nothing to add. All I can say is I'm hoping to see you on the next episode.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank
You so much, guys. Of course, I'm speaking to Sheila, who is sitting at the farthest end, and then we have Ezra, Maureen, and Benjamin. My name is Chimtai Kirui. This has been the Youth Space. I'm hoping to see you on the next episode. Have a blessed one. Bye.